Hello students, in this video we are going to learn about the introduction regarding to data path design. In our previous videos we saw about two chapters of the course Digital VLSI. We covered various MOS circuit styles as well as about the memory and storage circuits. Now here we will be learning about the design of data path. So here we will be using a number of circuits that are used in the data path of microprocessors and signal processors. Because whatever data or the circuits that I have used previously is going to perform various operations. So where my operations will be carried out, it will be carried out in various arithmetic circuitry. Okay, those are nothing but the data path, the path in which your processed data is going to store. Right, so now in this unit we will be completely learning about a number of circuits that is going to be used in the data path. We'll be designing about a set of modules such as adders, multipliers and shifters. At the same time, why am I in specific about these circuitry is because this data path is going to dominate my overall system performance. How? What parameter is based on the system performance? The speed and power of these elements can dominate the overall system performance. So here we will be learning about the circuitry that is being used in the data path. What are the circuitry or the modules we are going to learn is nothing but adders, multipliers and shifters, because the speed and power of these devices, of these modules or these circuits is going to dominate the system's performance. So optimization is most important because speed and power is playing an important role. For each module, what am I meaning by the word module? Adders, multipliers and shifters. So for each module, there are multiple equivalent logic and circuit topologies do exist. Each of which has its own positives and negatives in terms of its area, speed and power. What does it means? There are various type of adders we all know. Carry look ahead adder, carry skip adder, carry save adder. In that way, there are various different topologies for particular module. Means if I take an adder, there are multiple equivalent logic and circuit topologies do exist for a particular adder. And each will be having its own pros and its own cons. Based on what I'm going to calculate all these positives and negatives in terms of its area, speed and power. Usually the digital processor will be consisting of data path, memory, control unit as well as the input and output block. Means I'm feeding an input, right? And the data is being processed inside my data path and the output is stored in the memory, and all these operations will be carried out by using a control signal, and the processed data will be stored in my output, that is output block. So here in specific in unit 3, we are going to learn about the circuits that are being used in the data path, because the data path is the core of the processor. This is the place where all your computations are going to be performed, right? So data path, as I said, this is a core of the processor. We are going to learn in specific about the circuits that are being used in the data path. See the other blocks, other than the data path, what are the other components that we have? We have memory, we have input block, we have control block, and we have output block. These blocks that are used in the processor are the supporting blocks or the supporting units that will be storing the results processed by the data path, or it is going to help to determine what will happen in the next cycle, whether I'm going to write some data, whether I'm going to fetch that particular data, or whether I'm going to execute the particular instruction. All those will be acting as a supporting unit that will be storing our processed data from the data path, or to determine what is going to happen in the next cycle. Okay, and typical data path will be consisting of interconnection of basic combinational function such as arithmetic operators or logical function. Okay, I said that circuitries, adder, multiplier and subtract. adder, multiplier and shifter. I said it is adder, multiplier and shifter. So a typical data path will be having interconnection of basic combinational functions such as arithmetic operators. What are arithmetic operators? Addition, multiplication, comparison or shift, or the logic functions and, or and XOR. So the data will be undergoing any of these functions and the processed the data will be stored inside your memory. So which is going to perform all these things? Certain circuits that we are going to learn. What are those circuits? I mentioned as modules. What are the modules? Addition, multiplication and shifting operation. Adders, multipliers and shifters. See, the intended application sits constrained on the data path design. Means each module will be used for different application. So based on the application, there will be a constraint on the data path design. See, for example, I'm using my personal computers. What is my important criteria? I want my speed. So I have to design the data path circuitry in such a way, I have to get a large amount of speed. For other application, power will be the most important thing. So the same circuitry must be optimized in such a way my power dissipation is less. And it is an important thing and it is difficult to do all these optimization because it is placing a constraint based on your application. And the data path that we are often using are arranged in a bit. The data path that we are using are arranged in a bit sliced organization. What is this bit sliced organization? See, imagine slices. Okay, imagine slices, bread slices. How you will be? I will be having bread and that will be sliced. Means instead of operating on single bit digital signals, the data in a processor are arranged in a word-based fashion. Typical microprocessor data path are 32 and 64 bits wide. For example, a 32-bit microprocessor will be operating on 32-bit wide data word. Okay, so this is reflected on the organization of data path, because what is this? I'm saying it is a 32-bit processor, means I will be having a 32-bit data word, where the data word will be, it will be reflected on the organization of the data path. I said my organization is bit sliced, since same operation frequently has to be performed on each bit of the data word. See, I'm having 32 bits, means we are not processing on the single bit data, we are processing on the complete word, means the same operation that I'm going to perform will be repeated for the different 32-bit values also. Means my data path will be consisting of 32-bit slices. Okay, if it is a 32-bit word, I will be having 32-bit slices, each operating on single bit. That is why it is called as bit sliced. Okay, so these will be identical or resemble similar structures for all your bits. The data path designer, what they will do is they will be concentrating on the design of a single slice. See, consider there are 32-bit words. I'm going to perform a 32-bit addition. So first bit, the addition will be performed, and again the second bit will be doing the same operation, third bit will be doing the same operation. So what the designer will do, they will be concentrating on the design of a single slice that is repeated 32 number of times. See here, the data is coming, control will be given and the data is passing. What is this? This is a bit sliced data path organization. See, bit 0, bit 1, bit 2, bit 3. Consider this is a 4-bit word. My data path is being sliced into 4 bits and the operation will be carried out on each bit. Okay, and not on a particular word. It will be all the operations will be carried on a particular bit. So means my data path is completely sliced. Okay, so the addition, if suppose it is an adder, my addition will be carried out in bit 0. Again, it will be carried on bit 1. It will be carried on bit 2. So all the slices do need a particular circuitry named adder if my operation is addition. Okay, so this is nothing but the bit slice data path organization. So what is the benefit? I can just design a particular adder and that will be repeated 32 number of time if it is a 32-bit processor, or it will be repeated 64 time if it is a 64-bit processor, right? So this is the bit slice data path organization that will be used inside your data path. And I said that various modules that we are going to learn in the data path designs are the various varieties of adders. Why? Because we are going to see what is good, whether the speed is good in which type of topology, or the power is good in which type of topology. All those things we will be learning by using the same adder circuitry. What is an adder? We know if it is an adder, definitely we'll be having a sum and a carry. But we have variety of adders just for the purpose of optimization. What are the topics that we will be covering is full adder, triple carry adder, carry look ahead adder, carry skip adder, carry save adder, carry select adder. And next is we'll be talking about the multiplier. We are concentrating on array multiplier and about the shifter in specific barrel shifter. So in this unit, we will be learning about the circuitries or the modules that will be used in the data path. So this is all about the introduction regarding to the data path design. In next video, we shall start with the full adder design. Thank you.